Hello YouTube. I just wanted to show you something interesting. This is a cable that I got with a hard drive reading kit out of China. It was inexpensive, maybe $7-8 for the whole kit, and what it would do is allow you to hook up a drive to your computer without needing a case. So this would basically go into an adapter that would give the 12 and 5 volts to your hard drive for power, and it would have another thing that would connect to your USB from the hard drive, and then you could read your hard drive. But I noticed this cable was kind of thin, and I have lots of these ones here that are, I use on TVs and computers, and they look a little bit more substantial. You see that? And I needed this cable because I want to test out a few things, and I want to wire it up. I cut it so that I could see basically the ends, so I could hook it up to these lamps over here, which I'll show you in a second. You see, it has white, green, and black wires, so I need ground. So I cut it, and to my shock and amazement and disbelief, I did not see a third wire in here. So we're gonna have another look at this thing and strip it a bit more and figure out what the heck is going on, because there are 3 leads and there are 3 things there. It even says NLE. So why in the world would they do that? And then, leave out the middle ground, conductor. I have no idea, but that is not a good thing. Yeah, so there we have it. This pissant wires, basically, there's nothing in there. Let's see if we can strip this without taking off all the insulation. But that's, see, look, I can't even remove this outer insulation without grabbing the inside. That's how crappy it is. This is really, really bad. And it explains why a lot of stuff is coming out of China that leaves safety to be desired. Any luck? No. I'm stripping this basically down more and more, and you can see how many cables are in there, how many copper strands are in there. Very thin, very, very thin. I highly doubt that the marking on this thing, which it claims is accurate. Let's have a look and see. Still can't open the bloody thing without removing all of the here. Maybe if I do that and somehow peel this down. Yeah, the outer plastic is also not very good quality. It's kind of fragile and flaky. Okay, here, removed a bit more. Okay, so here, I'll take this off. I probably now this wire is not continuous. I'm sure by just stretching it, it rips these thin strands. But this is your that's all that's there. Okay, there's nothing. And same here. Okay, so you've got a cable that has a so-called ground, okay, with 2 crappy little wires in it that have almost no copper in them. Okay, and it's the same format like this other one, which came off a computer somewhere that looks to do the business. Okay, 125 volt. You've got the CSA approval there. Let's see what it has on this thing. Anything? No, basically. But it does say here, made in China, 300 volts. What's that other thing? Something 00, 300 volts. GB5023.5-1997. I don't know if that's the year. I doubt it. It's got to be newer than that. I just bought the thing recently. Okay. Yeah, 300/300 volts. What does that mean? 3 times. Oh, really? Is that supposed to be 3 conductors, each 0.5 millimeter square cross section? CCCYZ 227 IC, really? If that's the case, what is this? Where's the 3rd conductor? Okay, you can't trust anything. Okay, let's see a normal wire. This is reputable from a source here. Well, it doesn't even have to be from here. It can be Chinese, but just actually, you know, properly vetted. Made in China also. What's it say on this? Anything? Do I see anything? No markings. Oh, there we go. Also 300 volt. 3 conductor, 18 AWG, right? The gauge. Okay. UL. Longwell P CSA type. Okay. So here we go. This I'm sure will do the business. I'm gonna cut it. You can even tell, like right away when I cut that other one, I was like, what the heck is in this thing? It was too easy to cut. Way too easy. You know? There we go. Okay? Now that's got some stuff in it. You can see. There's even like reinforcement fibers in there. Okay? So, I'm just saying you cannot trust some of these cheap things you get off eBay. They will send you a suicidal piece of electronics and do not care at all. They do not care at all if you kill yourself. You may even just want to test it out before you plug it in. Use a continuity meter and actually see if the ground actually goes through the entire thing, okay? Because you have no idea at all what they're giving. So this I cut. You can see some of the fiber reinforcement in there. Let me just trim all this stuff here and get the ends properly stripped because I want to use this for my next video. And this is really tough to cut here, at least with this clipper. There we go. I want to use this cable for my next video because I have a bunch of lamps that I want to test out. I haven't plugged them in yet. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we're going to compare this in a second to the other cable. Okay, and you'll see the difference. Okay, and then here. All right. So we have, where's the other one? Here. Cheap Chinese cable, okay, versus reputable Chinese cable, okay? Look at the difference. Here, we'll cut the end off this, okay? Huge difference, huge difference. Not to mention that there was no ground on the other one, so it's misleading, false advertising and blatant lying on here, on the cable, okay? 300 volts, really? Okay, fine, but what kind of amperage will go through this thing before it burns up completely and heats up the wire? And this cannot conduct the same kind of current that this can. And it cannot do so safely either because there's no ground. Now, you can say, well, fine, the application that this cable was used for didn't need a ground, and maybe better so because who knows how faulty the other device was. Maybe it would be worse off if it was grounded, who knows, but I doubt it. The thing is, and here it says 10 amps. So, okay, so this little thing here with, almost no conductor in it says it can handle 10 amps, 250 volts. Okay, AC. Now we're plugging it into a 120 over here in North America. So I don't know why it would be 250 volt there. But whatever, if it says that, fine. But 10 amps, okay. The circuit breakers, I believe, on our houses are 15. So, but that thing that this draws current, it's not drawing enough to pull anywhere close to 10 amps through this thing. That's the only reason it didn't burn up instantly. But if this cable was used for something else, you know, and that's the mistake they make, is they put one of these ends on. So you may inadvertently plug it into something, you know, that has the same end, because cable's lying around, you can't find the original one, so you plug it into the same thing. At least if you're going to use something like this, you know, don't fake it. Don't fake the ground, number one. Number two, you know, unless the only thing they use this for is to make sure you got the right polarity. But even then, it's AC, it shouldn't matter. And they can always polarize the plug end, so you have to flip it one way or the other. You know, I have another calculator here, you know, that doesn't have anything on it. But, you know, again, at least it's, you know, they don't make they don't lie here about ground, okay? And it tells you here 18 AWG times 2 conductor. So, you know, again, if you have any comments, please leave it on the YouTube video here. But yeah, please try to explain to me what exactly is going on with this, if you've seen this before. And, you know, just beware and be safe. Thanks again.